Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are creating this spring dewy makeup look. If you guys want to know how I created this, then just keep on watching. First off, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of moisturiser, and I'm just going to use the Coats Triple Water Cream Moisturiser. This one is absolutely fantastic. I've been using this for a good wee while now, and I just love how thin and easy it is to apply. It's not super thick, and it just gives me that good moisture that I need for my skin. My skin is kind of combination, so it's not all dry, it just tends to be like my T-zone that goes quite dry. But yeah, it's always good to start off with a moisturiser and like some skin prep and stuff before you do your makeup. Just recently that there's been quite a lot of new followers who are kind of beginner makeup people, or like they don't really do makeup, so I'm trying to film more videos that are kind of back to basics, kind of light makeup instead of the heavy glam looks. I know loads of people like them, but not everybody likes them, so yeah. Right, so I'm just going to start off with my eyes first. I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer and we're just going to conceal a little bit. I'm just going to zoom you guys in a touch so you guys can see what I'm doing. Sorry if I keep on looking over at the viewfinder. I've got a new tripod because my other one's like broke, and I'm like trying to get used to the fact that I have to kind of look up a little bit. But yeah, we're just taking the Lily Duro concealer and I'm just putting this on my eyelids. This one is in the shade Light 2. It just looks like that. Cleaned all my brushes yesterday as well, so I'm absolutely buzzing to get using them again. So the girls break up for Easter this week, so I'm just trying to get as much done as I possibly can while the girls aren't here, because it's quite difficult to try and film when they're in, or if I am filming and stuff then I just need to voice over it. I don't get to actually sit and chat to you guys. Right, I'm now going to take the Fyne eyeshadow palette. This is the light one, and we are going to take some of the light shades out of this. I don't really want this eye look to be like super glam or heavy or anything like that, so we probably are going to stick with the kind of lighter neutral kind of shades, and like your kind of really light brown shades, kind of warm shades, but just keeping it really light and simple and like elegant. We're not going to go super dark with this or anything. I'll go in with F15, which is just this kind of neutral shade here. I'm just going to put this all over the eyelids. What's really good about this palette is it does have a lot of really light colours, so if you don't really use makeup or you're new to makeup or whatever, then this palette would be absolutely great for you. And when I'm filming this, Fyne actually have a sale on just now where they are doing these palettes for £15. Now they're normally much more expensive than that, so if you want to grab it in the sale, then now would be ideal. I purchased the new foundation from them and I'm super excited about that, because then I'll basically have like a full face of Fyne. I'm now just going to take the shade F20, which is just like this kind of really light brown shade, and I'm just going to put that like in the crease area just to darken it up a little bit. It's just to give a little bit of definition, but I don't want anything too dark, so we're just going to keep this really light and neutral today. Now I'm just going to take a bit of the shade F26. It's a lot more kind of cool tones, and I'm just going to run that along that crease as well and just make sure that that is super blended out. And I'm using a Mitchell M10 brush. Right, so hopefully you guys can see that. It's just a really light makeup. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of definition in the crease. And then I think I'm just going to take a little kind of shimmery shade and just put it all over the eyelids. I think I'm going to take F7 or F8. Let's have a look. Okay, so this one's F8, probably F8. F8 is that shade, or F7, which is that one. Look how nice they are. Stunning. Love Fyne eyeshadows. In fact, let's do a bit of both. So we're going to take F7. Instead of wiping it off, I may as well just use it. I'm just going to put that in the centre. Just gives that little bit of a glow. Then I'm going to take F08, which is the kind of silverier one. I'm just going to put that in the inner corner. It's not too sparkly either, it's just a little bit of a shimmer. And I'm just going to take that Mitchell brush again. I'm going to go back in with the shade F26 and just build up that little outer corner, just a little touch. I'm just going to do the same on this side. A little bit of that and F08 just in the centre. And into the inner corner there. And this is really going to help with like the dewiness. See, like once we've got like a nice dewy skin on and stuff, it's just going to look really, really, really nice. I'm just going to curl my lashes. I think we'll do like a nude waterline as well. Do we do a lash? Do we not do a lash? Do we do a wee half lash? I might do a wee half lash. Nude colour by Fyne. Don't know the name of it because the little stickers come off. Right, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara. This is just the 2-in-1 Max Factor mascara. I don't want to overdo it. Right, now I'm going to move on to the face base and I'll come back to the eyes and stuff in a minute. Right, so I'm just going to use this Smooth It Over, Airbrush It Out Peach Primer by P. Louise. A lot of that actually come out there. I put a bit much of that one there, I think. Oh wow, that feels super, super, super silky smooth. Haven't used that primer in a while actually. Because I'm doing like a kind of glowy makeup, I'm going to try and get like a nice kind of glowy foundation. So I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation. You guys see this all the time. Honestly, absolutely love it. It's cheap and cheerful. It does the job. Absolutely fantastic foundation. I'm also going to put a little bit of the Fyne Skin tint on first, just for that extra kind of glowiness. This one is in the shade 3. Just because I feel like shades 1 and 2 is a little bit too light, so it's kind of pointless in a sense. Shade 3 is absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to dab this on. And this is going to give me the kind of glow that I want. Absolutely love this skin tint. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, if you're going away on holiday or anything like that, this skin tint would be absolutely fantastic. You wouldn't have to wear very much. Especially if you don't want to wear any kind of makeup, and like heavy makeup when you're on holiday. I did actually have the collection one, the filter finish one, but I used it all. I haven't actually repurchased it yet, but I do have the e.l.f. one, but it's too dark. I'm just going to go in with the Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation. This one is in the shade True Ivory. And this is just going to add a little bit more coverage where I want it and where I need it. But again, it's still giving you that nice glow. I actually should probably go in with a sponge, which I actually might do. So I'm just going to blend all that in. And if you're using like a damp beauty sponge, it's just going to give it a more kind of natural finish compared to if you're using a brush or anything else. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of the Fyne concealer. This one is in the shade 5. And I'm just going to do a little bit. Normally I go in with quite a lot, but I'm just going to put this where I want a little bit more coverage, but we're not going to go too heavy. I'm just going to take this little Doll Beauty brush and we're just going to blend that out. Now I'm not bringing it right up under my eye because that's just going to crease because I've got quite heavy eyes at the moment, but we are just doing underneath it. Again, we're trying to use minimal makeup since this is a kind of dewy look. You don't want anything too heavy on the skin. You want to keep it nice and light and fresh. You don't want to feel like you've got loads of powders, loads of creams and things like that. Just light dewy makeup. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of my Fit Me poreless powder and we're just going to dab that in the areas where we want a little bit more kind of coverage. Again, just taking a light hand, not using a lot. Mainly just kind of using it under the eyes. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of my Hoola bronzer and we're just going to bronze up the face a little bit, just to add a little bit more definition to the face. Right, going to take a little bit of blush. I'm going in with my Lily White Cosmetics Peachy Dreams blush and we're just going to take a touch. Just going to go in with a little bit of the Pretty Fly Glow Getters by Dewy. And this one is in the shade Peached on the Beach. Just put a little bit there so it's quite glowy. Right, and we're coming back to the eyes and I think I'm just going to go in with, I think I might actually just do like a wee half lash. I'll try and see if I can find like a wee half lash and we'll go in with that. Right, I found my Fyne half lash. This one is in style 01. So let's try these. These are fab for if you don't actually wear lashes or if you are a complete beginner. These lashes are fantastic. They're so thin and they're so light and so easy to use as well. I'm just trying to take all the glue off them from last time. Just zoomed you guys out a bit because I tend to always like look down and then you can't really see. There, wee half lash. I'm just going to run it along that bit of that waterline. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of a brown eyeshadow and I'm just going to run it along that lash line just because like I feel like you can kind of see it's a half lash. So it looks like that. And then that's a little bit more natural. There. And we're just going to do the same with this eye. Then I'm just going to take a little fine eyeliner. Putting that in the waterline. Just not adding any more product, I'm just going to take that little brush that we used to smudge out the top bit. Going to run that underneath my lash line. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of a highlighter. This is just All Beauty's Like a Diamond. Just going to put this up here. Down here. So it's super glowy. And for the lip, I'm just going to do Peaches and Cream Praline. You guys know this, I do it all the time. And then just going to do All Beauty Fomo lipstick, which is pretty light. Then I'm just going to do NYX Fortune Cookie lip gloss. Obviously you could just use a lip balm or whatever, but I really like that lip combo and it's nice and light and kind of airy. And I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of setting spray from Fyne. Look how dewy this skin is. I kind of want to add like a wee inner corner sparkle or something, so I might do something like that as I'm clearing up Right, so I'm just going to take F08 because that was that silver shade that we used. Maybe just put that in here. Yeah, it needs something like that. And that's it. Right, so this is my rendition of your glowy, dewy spring makeup. I hope you guys like. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that usual jazz, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.